Hey there, today I would love to share with you 5 shifts that you can apply to your business in 2025 to get the most out of the year ahead. These are the big shifts that I'm making, and these are the big shifts that I'm recommending to our entrepreneurial community as well. Let's go through them 1 to 5. So the first big shift is the shift from geography to ICP. ICP stands for Ideal Customer Persona. So for thousands of years, business has always thought that the purpose of the business is to serve people in the local community. So any business that would have existed any time over the last 1,000 years, they're looking at probably 5 to 10 mile radius, and that's where almost all of their customers are. But that's not the world that we live in today. Your best customer could be in Brazil or Japan or California or the Gold Coast or New Zealand. They could be anywhere in the world. In fact, about 70% of the world's population now has access to fast internet, and about 1.8 billion people speak English. So if you're an English speaker and your business can be delivered over fast internet, you've got a massive community of people who are probably not 5 to 10 miles from your front door. So the key thing here is, rather than thinking about your business existing within a geography, think about your business existing to serve an ideal customer persona. So when it comes to an ideal customer, there's a few things that you need to do. You need to be thinking about, where do they fit within your audience? Ideally, they fit in the top 10% of your audience, because the bottom 90% of your audience has about 40% of the budget, and the top 10% of your audience has 60% of the budget. So you've got to figure out what makes someone in the top 10% of your audience. The next thing you've got to understand is what's called the situational model of what's inside their head. So inside the mind of this top 10% of people, they've got their current reality, which is where they are now. They've got their desired reality, which is where they want to be, and they've got all their obstacles and criteria and things that are in the way. And their current reality is that they just keep banging into those obstacles, but your business is going to move them to their desired reality. That is all the stuff you need to understand about that ideal customer persona. Who are they? What's their current situation? What is it that they want? What do they get stuck with? And what would move them to get their current reality into their desired reality? So you need to do the work to understand your ICP. The more you understand your ideal customer persona, the less you need to worry about the geography of that customer, because you can help them no matter where they are in the world. Now, the second shift is thinking about your business as a business that manufactures desire for something versus manufacturing the supply of something. So for me personally, I've worked with so many entrepreneurs, and when I ask them about tell me about your business, they always tell me about the supply side of their business. So if they're a business coach, they say, oh, I like coaching people and I like doing business coaching and I've got a coaching qualification. I do all these different things with the coaching and here's my method for coaching. Very rarely do they tell me about the desire, right? So they don't tell me, how do you generate coaching clients? How do you get people to want the coaching? What is the pathway that people go on for discovering you and learning about your method and preferring you above every other business coach? So the people who succeed the most are the ones that are excellent now at manufacturing the desire versus excellent at manufacturing the supply. Now, that wasn't true 100 years ago. 100 years ago, Henry Ford very famously became an expert in manufacturing the supply of cars. And if he could make them, people would buy them. As fast as he could make those Model Ts, people would just go out and buy them straight away. That is not the case today. People have too much stuff. People feel that there's a sense of clutter in their lives. They don't want to buy more things. They don't have a lot of unmet needs. So you have to be very good at helping people to select what it is that they do want and why they want to buy from you. Manufacturing desire is about understanding how you're going to take people on a journey from being frustration aware to being solution aware to being someone who prefers your solution against all others. So you're going to have to get really good at creating those journeys of people to be getting to know you, like you, trust you, and prefer you more than anybody else. So manufacture desire versus manufacture supply is number 2. The third shift is from short content to long content. So what have we seen? Over the last 10, 15 years, it was all about tweets, posts, Instagram, little short stories, and then TikTok came along with 15-second reels and short videos. All of that kind of content has become so noisy and it's so commoditized, and also AI can now spit that kind of content out. So the people who've got the budgets to spend, the people who are the buyers, the people who you want as customers, they're interested in long form content. They're interested in books, long podcasts, long articles, white papers and reports, anything that is very, very difficult for an AI to just spit out on volume. The people who are getting the most respect are the ones that invest in long form content and the short content to remind people that the long form content exists. But in today's marketing landscape, if you're not pointing people towards long form content, then people are just going to forget. The average person who's watching short videos online like TikTok is scrolling the height of the Eiffel Tower with their thumb every 2 weeks. So that means they're not going to remember anything that was there. They're only going to remember the long form content. So my challenge to you, you want to be on at least 10 podcasts this year, and you probably want to get a book out before everyone else does too. The fourth shift is from business brand to personal brand building. Now, you've heard me talk about this so many times. This is my shtick. This is the thing I've been talking about for the last 15 years, but it really has crept up on us. This is the year where business brands are dying and personal brands are replacing them. The pendulum has swung away from institutions and big business brands over to personalities and people and personal brands. The social media landscape, it favors personal brands over business brands. We're seeing those companies that have strong personal brands are massively overtaking the pure business brands. We're also seeing the CEOs of the world's biggest companies doing everything they can to get on the dominant podcasts and get in front of people and to share their personality and to build their personal brand. Seeing Mark Andreessen doing this. We're seeing the CEO of Microsoft and Google doing this. We're seeing Tim Cook doing more of this. This is something that we're going to see more and more. The leaders of the biggest businesses in the world that care the most about performance have recognized that this is now absolutely essential. You have to build the personal brand if you want people to care about the business brand. Okay, and the fifth big shift is to be really, really careful to avoid distractions. One of the things that's happening in the world at the moment is AI is amplifying everything that's newsworthy, everything that's interesting, every disaster, every scandalous story. It's getting amplified by the AI algorithms. Every single web page that you visit is being optimized by AI systems to amplify time on site. They want your eyeballs, they want your ears, they want your mind, they want you to spend as much time as possible consuming from their websites and their apps. If you are not careful, you are going to get sucked down rabbit holes that have absolutely no benefit to your life. It's very, very easy to waste a week arguing with people about politics or spend days watching YouTube videos about nonsense. All of that is AI driven and it's getting more and more powerful. So you need to be really, really careful to keep the blinkers on, pick what is the prize that you want to focus on and just stay focused on that prize. Watch your competition dropping like flies as they get distracted with nonsense while you stay focused and keep your eye on the prize and only focus your attention on the things that matter and improve your life. Okay, those are the big 5 shifts that I think you should be thinking about in 2025. I hope you've enjoyed that. If you like this video, leave me a comment. Which one of the 5 did you need to hear the most? Give it a like, give it a subscribe, and I look forward to seeing you soon. All the best.